So for my shed, I want posts which are about 200 millimeters in diameter, 8 inches. That's a good size because it's strong enough for the job it needs to do. But once you start getting too big, they become difficult to manage and lift and put in position and so forth. So measuring the diameter of a tree is actually not that easy. Best way I've found is to use 2 framing squares. So these have a long edge and a short edge. Flip them over, hold it by the long edge, measure it at about chest height. Make sure that these are nice and straight. Clamp it with your fingers. I'd like to measure it at its smallest spot, which is about there. So that tree is 250 millimeters in diameter, which is a bit more than 200, but by the time I debark this tree, I'll lose 15-20 millimeters from each side probably, and that'll bring it back down to 200 at this height. Gets a little bit narrow obviously as it goes up, but this is a nice straight tree. It's straight for at least maybe 6 or 8 meters. So what I'll do is I'll drop this one, use the bottom part as a post, and the top part of the tree I'll cut up and use as firewood. Okay, so this smaller of the two logs is the middle section of the tree. It's about 5 metres long. That there is the bottom section of the tree, that's about 6 metres long. So that's what I'll use for the post, or one of the posts for my shed. This is not quite big enough to use as a post for the shed, but I'll use it as a post for something else, maybe a little firewood shed or something like that. And then the top third of the tree I cut up for firewood. It's in the stack over there. So the tree was about 20 metres high probably. Good thing about these jarrahs is they grow nice and straight. Hardly any branches except at the top. So I'll peel the bark off both of these logs and put them aside and carry on felling trees. Welcome back to the Southwest, everyone. I haven't done a beer review in a while, so I thought it was time I did one. I've got here today Better Beer. So this is brewed in Victoria, in Torquay, by the Torquay Beverage Company. 4.2% alcohol, 0 carbs, 0 sugar. And pretty much 0 taste, I'm afraid. Probably because of the 0 carbs and the 0 sugar. Yeah, look, I can't recommend this. I had a relative over from Victoria, or some relatives from Victoria at Christmas, and one of them recommended this. But yeah, look, for me it's got very little taste at all, and I bought a whole box of 24 of them as well, unfortunately. The only thing I can recommend is get it as cold as you can and drink it as quick as you can, and move on to the next box of beer. Cheers anyway. I'll still drink it, of course.